Hello, my dear Aries. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between February the 1st to February 15, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. If you want to support my channel and my free general readings, you can click on the ad in the beginning of my video or watch it for 30 seconds or to the end of the ad, whichever comes first. Thank you. I'm very grateful for your support and for all of you watching, liking, commenting and subscribing to my videos. You make my heart really warm inside. So, I use the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan with artist Mark Evans, and I will start shuffling your cards. So, I call the Divine with love and light. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading regarding my dear Aries viewers. So I want my dear Aries to have love in their lives. I also want you to have loving relationships and to find creative success and to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I also want to take this chance to tell you about the full moon, February 11. It is the full snow moon or the full hunger moon for those living in the northern hemisphere. This moon will also have a penumbral lunar eclipse when the moon passes through part of the Earth's shadow at 0043 Universal Time. Okay, so your reading is ready. I will just tune in for a few seconds. Okay, so this is your future. This is your now. And this is the past. The now is probably the first half of February 2017, but whenever you watch this, is probably the exact right time to see it. So the first card for you is 5 of Swords. So 5 of Swords is a feeling of being humiliated or the fear of being defeated, like someone will steal your energy or someone will do something towards you. So your pride or your, like, it's not really pride, but it's, you know, when someone do something hurtful to you, it's not only that you're hurt, it's also that you're not ego and pride. We need to find a better word for this, but it's like your self-esteem gets hurt, and it gets hurt, and this is the 5 of Swords. So it's like a lot of accusation going in one direction towards this beautiful little dragonfly, and the spirits here being a bit upset as well. But it's swords, so it might be going on also in your mind that you feel this this pain or this fear of defeat or being defeated or being like humiliated. The next card is 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups is those moments in time when you are like hit with usually an old projection or old wound or something that's going way back, like something that has repeated itself, and where you need to like take another exit right now, do another choice, do a better choice this time. Oh, I'm sorry for that. I've forgotten to turn off the sound. So the 7 of Cups is it's choices. You need to make a better choice, maybe a better choice for when it comes to feeling better about yourself, because this is 2 cards about feeling not so good about yourself, feeling like you're always back to the same place where you always try to get yourself out of, and you find yourself back in that spot. Feeling humiliated, feeling like maybe that you're not having the support or not having the your dreams fulfilled or not having the things in your life that you dream of and you want to have. But it's like not easy to change this, but it's like this kind of repetitive dreams when you dream the same nightmare over and over again. Here you're dreaming the same life situation over and over again. And maybe look back on the earliest memory you have of this situation. How would you like that the situation would have went down, and what would you like that you could have done differently? What should you have done differently if you could go back and change this? go back in time and change this. So try to do this now. Try to do this kind of solution now, what you thought that you should have done like in the past. So the next card is Ten of Wands. So Ten of Wands is the situation when you kind of have not expressed what you feel, or the things that you would have liked to express. You have kind of kept them inside of you instead of communicating this to your surrounding. And this usually leads to a sense that you want to escape from this situation, that you don't want to be in it anymore. Maybe you are going to cut a cord with friends, with lovers, with maybe not go back to a certain workplace or whatever. But it's like you have gotten too humiliated, you have gotten too maybe pointed at, and being stuck in like old situation which you don't really like, because they feel very unsupportive, and they feel like sevens are always like doorways to spiritual growth, because sevens are those things where we need to kind of adjust small things, try new things to make it work this time. But the Ten of Wands is kind of indicating that you just will walk out the door and not have anything to do with this anymore, because it's getting too much. You have suppressed yourself. And here's the Empress. So that's a very good card in this situation, but because it kind of feels for me like you're turning away from this situation which are giving you problems and making you feel inadequate or not good enough or whatever, and turn towards like your inner self. The Divine Feminine is your life force. It's also like how life being brought forward in the world. It's abundance, and it's probably have something to do with you loving yourself. We see the green here for unconditional love. So maybe you are going to focus more on what's making you this beautiful person that you are, and not care so much about what other people thinks of you or what other people do. So I think this is a good turn away, because the Ten of Wands is when you turn away or you leave a situation or you move away from the situation. So if the situation is just giving you a headache, maybe that's a really good thing to do. But I wish for you to have expressed yourself more. And here this comes, Two of Wands. So yes, you turn away in self-love. You don't want to be stuck in that situation anymore, so you turn away. But this card is also talking about holding back a little bit. It's like both the Ten of Wands and the Two of Wands is kind of a little bit of a roadblock, because it's how you hold back, because you have this sense of pride, or you don't want people to mess with your self-esteem or your maybe your balance in yourself, like feeling balanced and emotionally balanced first and foremost. So the Two of Wands may indicate that it's something that you should have said, or it's something that you ought to explain yourself better, and to tell people why you are reacting as you do, and why these things are hurting you, because maybe they don't know you, maybe they don't know how you react to different things. So Two of Wands is like proving that you can go on without a person or a certain situation that might have been valuable in the past, but not now. It doesn't feel so valuable anymore because it has caused you pain. So this is kind of a situation where you can choose. You need to choose your future. It's like two different. You have two or more different choices that you can make. And we have the cat here showing self-sufficientness. So yes, I think that you ought to be strong in this situation, but also I think you should express yourself better. This is actually real self-value, when you can, be sure that you have it's like the 007, but not with the right to kill, but with the right to talk. It's like your feminine side has oppressed their ability to talk and tell what this side needs and wants, and needs to be happy, to feel content, to feel loved, to feel safe, things like this. So I think communication, to start telling people, even if they will listen or not, but tell them anyway, like, I don't like that, I like this is what I want, this is not what I want. Because this suppression is not good for your body system. When impression comes, when there comes an impression like feeling humiliated or feeling discriminated in some way, or like you're not good enough, this is an energy that comes to you, and it wants to pass on. It wants to not stay in your body like a block. It wants to be seen and heard. So what you can do is to tell exactly how it feels. Like, okay, I hear what you're saying and I feel humiliated, or I hear what you're saying but I feel like I don't mean anything to you when you say like that. So talk could be a good thing. This is in the now, and here we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is actually, it's kind of the outcome when you have been humiliated a lot and not really passing this energy on, but let it stay in your body. So the card Nine of Swords is called cruelty in the Tot Tarot deck. And this is not cruelty usually by others, but cruelty towards yourself, that you haven't given yourself enough support and not believed in yourself enough to take your side of a conflict and try to explain like how you feel and how the world looks from your point of view and things like this. So it would be really, really good if you could start to express yourself and to tell your surrounding, as I said, either they want to listen to you or not, but to tell them what you are feeling and what's happening within you. And also tell yourself, because this Nine of Swords is not going to go anywhere. It's like every time you open the door to your inside there, they're going to be, and they're going to be hurting probably, because this is what happens when energy is not seen. Usually the energy is just like wants to pass through really slowly or really quick. Like when you get frightened, it's just an energy that wants to pass through, giving you some adrenaline to be able to defend yourself, and then it's supposed to be over. But here it's like the energy hasn't been, you haven't given this energy any attention. You try to suppress it because you have thought that anything that you have to say or how you feel, no one is going to care. So you have kind of bottled this up inside, and it's really get bottled up inside. It's like a lot of bottles here with small little messages inside, like a big pile, and you need to start to read one by one and give them attention. They won't go away. They won't leave you until you have seen them all and heard them all. And this is also the road to get to know yourself, to get to know your likes and your dislikes and what you want and what you don't want. And eventually it's going to be your kind of compass for where you need to go in life. It's your inner voice, and it's your biological feedback system. It's also your intuition and your instincts. So you ought to listen to them. So you can start and then start to tell others also how it feels to be you. The next card is the Emperor. So we both have the Empress and the Emperor in this reading. It's usually very significant. So the Emperor is the divine masculine. Divine feminine is kind of the portal for everything being born, and the Emperor is the energy that's kind of the arrow. So if the Empress is the bow, the Emperor is the arrow, the moving energy, that kind of makes things happen, put energy into motions. And the Emperor is I think you have been maybe managing by being the Emperor, by trying to be really hardcore and not show people what you really feel. And this might have been a little defense, because we see that he's very armored. The Empress here is dressed in green and very soft fabric. So the green is for unconditional love. This is armor. So trying to be really hard, but it's this I don't know the name here, but mantle we say in Swedish, but maybe it's something else. This garment here anyway, it's kind of have the same color as, you know, like a little bit blood or suffering in some way anyway. So I think this guy, he's going around feeling very safe inside his armor, but he's also suffering. It's like the hero that walks alone and no one take care of his wound. He might also like bleed to death alone. And this is no way to live. This is no way to participate in life. So the Divine Masculine has been taking us through the dark ages and have been forced to take a lot of responsibility and act really tough. But now it's the time to step down from that and really start feeling like what has been going on, and probably eons of pain being have to force to go to war and to leave the family and leave the home and go out in the unknown. So it has caused a lot of pain to the Divine Masculine, and the Divine Masculine hasn't really done any kind of rebellion like the females have done, a bit of rebellion against the things that's kind of expected out of the femininity. We have made a revolution. So we don't want to have any expectation on us. We want to be what we are born to be. And this has been a great revolution, especially in the Western countries during the early I think you say the 2000th century, but in like 1900, 1920. We did a lot of revolution, but the masculine hasn't done their revolution yet. They are still like in this shape. They can't go in dresses. They can wear pink, but they need to be like really, classy and have a really great sense of fashion to be able to wear pink. And it's a lot of things that guys are not supposed to do. So they haven't done their revolution yet, and therefore they are carrying a lot of those old wounds also, that the feminine is have kind of been working at least like for 100 years, being able to heal and heal and heal, but the emperor hasn't, so he's still very wounded. And here we have in the center of this spread the Four of Cups. And of course, I need to tell you this. This is 4 and this is 4. And this is Aries, of course. You see this impression on his shoulder, the sign of Aries. So this is the head. This is you. You have been forced to be very tough and take a lot of responsibility to take us through those dark ages. But now we are going into the golden age, slowly. And the water is starting to run. And this water is like the ice cold, frozen feelings. And they are not frozen anymore. But you still feel very frozen inside because you haven't gotten your needs met. And you feel very lonesome and very blue. And you have closed off your heart chakra. Because without your armor, you're not that very tough. There's like a little boy here. And the divine is kind of trying to tell you, please look at this. This is your feelings. Can you look at them? Can you feel them? Can you please get them to flow in your body a little bit like this water is flowing? And you don't seem like you're very much up for it because you don't want to feel your feelings. You don't want to have needs. You don't want to need other people. You want to be like rock hard and solid. And this is not going to work because we are going through a massive amount of energy that actually cracks us open like eggshells. And we are going to have to face what's inside of us. And if we kind of refuse this, the cracking will feel like much more painful. So the best thing you can do is try to go a little bit more with the flow. Like take a deep breath and just jump is my advice. So the next card is 8 of Cups. So this is still the same longing for, just pack your things and go out in the unknown and never look back. So being this lonesome hero, bleeding on their own. But in the same time, this is kind of a good thing because 8 of Cups is a time for adjusting things. You have already the 7 of Cups, so you know how it feels to be very confused and to not know how you could get your needs met and be with other people. It feels very confusing, everything. So now you have distanced yourself a little bit, faced the stars here and the moon, and distance yourself from the situation that have made you upset. And here you can start to listen. You can listen to the dolphin. That's probably a spirit or a feeling within you that wants to have love in their lives. And also at the stars, like what you were supposed to do with your life. Why am I here? Why did I come here? And also the moon, facing your fears. And this is what you need to do to feel all these things. Like, what do you need? What do you want? What would make you happy? If you didn't have all this responsibility on your shoulder, what would you do? So try to figure this out, because now it's the time to dream and dream big, because there's going to be a total new energy here on Earth in this 2017. So it's a very good time to start new project and to vision your future. And here comes Knight of Pentacles. That's a rather beautiful energy, because it wants to put that seed to the ground. It wants to have their needs met, but they are doing so in a way that's very like the Emperor, kind of putting themselves in armor, but in the same way he has the unconditional love here. So this is kind of a compromise between the Emperor and the Empress. It's like, well, I want to have people in my life, and I want to be able to follow the rules of society, so people will love me. So I will do my best, and I will be a good worker, and I will be like taking responsibility, and be a person that kind of making yourself valid for living. It's kind of, you need to do something to be valuable enough to earn to live. So it's a little bit like this. But what's happening is that you are still suppressing your feelings. The black horse is your all your needs and wants, and all the words that you wanted to say that you have suppressed, all your instincts, all your passion. You have tried to stuff them back, and the only thing is they are still there. People can still see them, but you can't, because they are in your shadow, and you're trying to also control this side of you that has a lot of instincts, wants and needs, and feelings to every direction. But you need to listen to this horse instead. The horse is a beautiful animal. It's both brave, and it has a big heart, and it's also very in tune with with their feelings. So it's a beautiful symbol. So here we have the 10 of Pentacles. So it seems like you are trying to be like, okay, my surrounding might want me to be more open-hearted and more loving, and they want to have me there. They want to have my support. They want me to take responsibility. So this is what I'm going to do. The 10 of Pentacles is kind of making a beautiful home for yourself, maybe making money, being like having your own enterprise, or making your own money in some way, maybe providing for the family. That's typical, again, for Aries, to be like providers, wants to be able to take care of others and see to that all other people have like a nice time. But you are missing the issue here, that it's not a working horse we need. We need you to be authentically you. So I think we are going to have to wait for this a little bit. But here we see that you feel like some kind of safety in doing, some kind of safety in being valuable by maybe working or getting a lot of money or having a nice house, having nice clothes, things like this. But it's also talking about maybe stability with family and things like this, that this might be one of your needs. And when you feel here humiliated and like maybe a little bit of a martyr, it might have something to do with home and family and work and things like this. So the next card is the Wheel of the Year. So it's number 10. It's the Wheel of Fortune. And it's like this situation is going to appear and appear again and again until you kind of fix it, until you find like the exit. and so it's like a cycle repeating. This is karma, when you need to do the same thing over and over again because you really didn't get it. You maybe thought that, okay, so this is happening again, I need to be extra good this time and work extra hard, and this was maybe not at all what was the best outcome. Maybe it was to more to get to know yourself, your own dreams, your own wants, what's going to make you happy. And here you have a 10 and a 10. First a 4 and a 4. 4 are very rigid. They have like 4 corners, so it's very stable. It's like a stable building. The 10 that you have here, they are like you have built on something for a very long time, and it's kind of needs a bit remodeling, or needs like more fresh air coming in, or more new ideas, or something needs to change here. It's what I'm getting. So underneath the 10 of Wands and the 4 of Cups, we have this Page of Wands, and that's a beautiful thing, because I think this revolution is kind of, you're going to be faced with your inner child. This is a little fire child, and it coming here from the humiliation through the Emperor, through the Page of Wands. So I think the one that got humiliated were your inner child, and that's why you have protected yourself with armor, because probably you want to protect yourself. It's also a survival skill. But the point that you are going to find out now is that you were good enough as you were, even though you were treated like this, or people was accusing you for things. You were still like as you were supposed to be. So try to be you, but not you in the sense of your persona, like the persona that you have been covering yourself with, to avoid to be yourself, to avoid to be your true self. Try to find the inner, like the longing, your heartbeat, those needs, your dreams, things like this. It's like on a grander scale. It's like being a pioneer, not being like a good child that following in their parents' footprints, but actually being like a pure fire child, being born on earth, here to change, to make revolution, to do new things, things that people haven't ever seen before. So it's time for a revolution. The wheel here is revolution. It's kind of, you have a new chance to do things in a better way. And the Page of Wands is also very revolutionary. And you have like here like an input, an energy that's really intense. So you either want to flee from it, but the divine wants you to face it instead. And this energy is probably your own longing for yourself and for your life to be fulfilled, and for kind of coming here and doing what you were supposed to do, being the person you were supposed to be, not falling into some pattern or projection, or what's expected out of you, or anything like that. So underneath the Empress and the 8 of Cups, we have a 9 of Pentacles. So we had a 10 of Pentacles as well, and now a 9 of Pentacles. So I think you can be very proud of what you have accomplished in life on many areas. Maybe you haven't succeeded in all areas in life, but you have many areas in your life that are very successful. And I want you to look at those areas and try to find out what you did right there. What was it that made you so successful in this area? And try this same skill, like use the same skill in your other areas, and this might help you to find out what's kind of being crooked or not really running smoothly. The 9 of Pentacles is, again, it's about self-value, and it comes here, the 7 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles. So it seems like one of your solution might be like, well, I will do this on my own. But this is a little bit your armor talking again. You are not supposed to do this on your own. You are supposed to do this together with other people. I'm getting a sense here about that you might need to take like a situation that has been hard maybe for all of your life, and maybe you need to take this situation. It's like taking a person that's really stubborn and not wanting to help you at all, and make that situation help you. Make that person help you by starting to talk to you, exactly that person or that situation. Try to change that situation into a situation that you can love. Try to see the worst situation in your life and try to imagine how it would be. What would you like it to be? If you, in the best of worlds, what would you like this situation to be? And not fleeing into your survival skills with being very, like, with a thick armor and not needing other people. Being very self-sufficient and being able to walk away when things get tough. It's something else. You need to look deeper. So the next card is Queen of Pentacles. So that might indicate a Earth person in your life, like a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus person. And it's something here with the green again, and also loyalty that we've seen with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very loyal, hardworking trooper, and the Queen of Pentacles has a lot to do with the Empress, like this feminine energy. Like it's like farmers here, like a lot of farmers, a lot of things being manifested in your life. It might be that you have some person in your life trying to show them that they can go on without you. Maybe they are showing you like that they be able to do without you. And that's, of course, very sad. But it can be, the Queen of Pentacles is usually a good teacher. So if a person kind of doing some kind of rebellion in your life, try to ask them what they want out of this rebellion. Maybe you can give this to them without any hassle, and the revolution is over, and everyone is happy, and the farmers got their bread that they were kind of wanting, their needs met, and you probably have more support because you have taken your leadership skill and used them to something that's beneficial. So if someone is doing uproar, being rebellious here in your life, I think try to meet their needs and wants, and you will have your authority back, and you will feel very appreciated, I think, and also have like a calmer surrounding, because you have so much to give, Aries. But I don't want you to take overly much responsibility, because the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Cups is kind of talking about being like almost like burned out, giving too much energy to people, and not getting anything in return. And if it's you that's doing the revolution, I want to say that don't give up until you have gotten your needs met, because you are not supposed to starve, not like working on a job, not getting enough paid, not giving all your love away to some person, not giving it back to you, not helping, everyone, your neighbors, your family, and never getting help yourself. This is not how it's supposed to be. So communication is very important, and getting your needs met is very important, and to get rid of the armor is also very important. Get to know the true you. The next I will do is take some cards for you from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms to see what's going on with Aries. Yes, it's kind of what I have already been telling you. The Altar Priestess is preparation, prayer, sacred ritual, and it's what I'm saying, there's new energy in town, so you need to start to dream your future. What do you want? Try to not think so much about what you don't want. Try to think of the wants that you can kind of replace with the don't wants. And this is going to be a very powerful creation process, because something is making its way through your life and wants to be manifested, and it comes really heavy here with all the Pentacles cards here. And it's also the Horse King, so either you will be provided with powerful people or spirits assisting you, or you will be this powerful person assisting others, not with helping everyone and not getting help back, but maybe taking this leadership role, like this Aries leadership role, and saying, okay, I see that we have a difficulty here. How can we solve this? And then go and just fix it. Because I think, and this is in the case of other people doing a revolution towards you. If you are the revolutionary, I think you can expect great help with the Horse King. White horse also, known feelings. I will take some cards for you from the past life oracle card to see what about the Five of Swords and Seven of Cups and all the Nine of Swords, the sadness from the past. I guess those cards. So it's something with trees again, and we have also the boy with the tree here, really, really central. So it's something with your ancestors. I think we got this before as well, and it's like this masculine, the divine masculine that has been forced to take too much responsibility and to kind of not being themselves, pretending to be like a armored person without feelings, And it might be have going on for eons, like in your ancestral lineage, with people have to be really strong and pretend like, well, I don't feel a thing. And this is probably something that needs to be solved. And it's also this with persecution and inquisition, what I felt with the Five of Swords here, and probably the Nine of Swords as well, like feeling accused. I don't think you have to feel accused. It's nothing wrong with you. If people are saying like, you're not doing that, you don't doing this, this and this and this, listen to them. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with your self-value. Maybe it has to do with those people's needs. Maybe they want something from you. Maybe they don't want to hurt you or persecute you. Maybe they are there to wake you a little bit. Sometimes our worst enemies are the one that's kind of showing us where we have this shadow, this shadowy horse, where we don't see ourselves enough. So because I don't think that this is an old thing. You have been persecuted and accused in the past. This has been happening, but now I think what's coming here is actually to heal this karma. It's not there to, make you hurt again. It's here to heal you. I feel this very strongly. So don't refuse those accusations so much. Try to find out what they are really talking about, what they really need from you. Because sometimes it's more about them feeling very insecure, feeling that their needs haven't been met or you are not seeing them enough. So it can be like they need you more. They need maybe more attention from you, or more love from you, or more whatever. Try to find out, because I don't think it's has anything to do with your self-value. I think you're a very valuable person for your surrounding. I just think it has to do with how you are meeting accusations. You might meet them like a warrior, like you want to beat every rebellion down. But maybe this rebellion that's going on like a mirror, it's just on the outside of you. It's mirroring what's going on the inside of you. So if you meet the people on the outside of you, there might be also, like, you can meet the people on the inside of you, your different archetypes that wants to be seen, like the inner child and the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So I think it's like a theater going on, a drama in your life, where you think that you play this role and the other one plays different roles, and they are being like crappy towards you. But actually it's you playing all those roles. It's like how we mirror each other in a beautiful way. We always meet people that's mirroring us perfectly. So try to look at the dramas that going on. Probably if someone says that you are not doing enough, you are probably feeling like you are not getting enough. If a person says that, oh, you don't give me enough attention, probably you don't give yourself enough attention. And it's some old thing, really old. It's like how you are being forced to be someone that you are not, because this was how you could be of good use to your society or to your surrounding, like being the protector in some way, is what I'm feeling. Okay. So I hope this helped, and thank you for watching this far. And I hope to see you again in the middle of February. Okay. Bye-bye.